Welcome back to another Monday Minutes with Muniwa Noel. Of course, I'm Muniwa Noel, and this week I'm talking to you about staying in your lane. So, staying in your lane has been my mantra for years. I am an advocate for people staying in their lanes. Staying in your lane, one, keeps you from frustration and keeps you motivated and focused. And two, it keeps you in a place of peace. So, when I initially started on my path of finding my purpose, I found out that I was being drawn towards people and what I saw them doing. And I'm like questioning God about why I had to be in education, getting paid $45,000 a year initially. And when I had so many other skills to do other things. But because I made a commitment to Him to stay in my lane, I pushed through. Even though there was times I literally cried, like I promise you, I cried like a baby to my friends and to my family, like, okay, why am I working so hard, making so little money? Why am I sowing so many seeds and not reaping the benefits? Why? And I questioned God in this moment about why He had assigned me to be a teacher. And when He knew I had so many other things that I wanted to do. And so when during that time of me feeling like, woe is me, I started focusing on other things that other people was doing. Social media was a trap. So I had to sometimes deplug from social media. And so then I started to path to wanting to be an administrator. So I went to college and got my master's degree in leadership and administration. And I went off after the pursuit of becoming an assistant principal. I went through this whole process of becoming in the assistant principal pool in my county, which is like so stressful and like so draining. And I finally got in and then was going on interviews and was not getting the job. And I was like, wait a minute, God, I have the skill set. I'm a very hard worker. Why am I not getting these positions? And so He then reminded me of the things that I would pray for, the things that I stated in the past. In the past, like a six-figure income cannot fulfill my dreams or purpose on this earth. And that I would pray every time I went into the interviews and saying, God, if this is for me, allow it to be for me. Allow it to be sweatless in a victory. And He wasn't doing, I just knew that I was going to get him, even though I was like, okay, God, this for me, let it be for me. I just assumed it was for me. And He was like, no, daughter, you have prayed that if this is for you, for it to come to pass, but this is never something that I assigned to you. So He reminded me in the time of frustration and time of me going after something that I was never supposed to go after, that was not my purpose. And then that is when the moment that I shift gears and started paying more attention to writing my book than trying to become something that He never told me to become. And that's when I started to see fulfillment, peace, and purpose really fulfilled. Literally checks were in the mail. I started to have money in my bank account, exceeding what I thought I was supposed to. And going back to get my PhD, I started to see the connection between why He still had me in the position that He had me in while going after my PhD and able to do the things that I'm doing now as far as my entrepreneurship. And then two, I went to school for marketing. I love entrepreneurship. Like that is one thing that I am passionate about. I teach about it, but I had never jumped out on faith to do it on my own. And so He was able to show me and make the connections with how my teaching and my entrepreneurship desires met. And that was when I understood purpose and staying in your lane. But I was committed to staying in my lane. And even in the times where I questioned Him or doubted the things that I knew I was purposed for, He reassured me of those things. So this is how I did it. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips so you too can stay in your lane and really walk into your purpose, because that is my destiny. That is what I'm here for. It's to help other people. That's my wife. You didn't see my video last week. That's my plug for my video. But it's to help people to walk into their purpose. And so these things that I'm going to give you will help you understanding what that means. So the first thing is explore. Explore the things that you are most passionate about and you love to do. Me, it was teaching and educating people as well as entrepreneurship. Both of those things is something that I live for. Like I'm now exploring stock markets and more investments. Like I love to hear about things. I love to hear about how to grow my money and things of that nature and being self-employed. And so that's what I started to focus on. Those things, going to classes, watching videos, reading. Those were the things that I started to invest in myself, to explore the things that you know that you could do every day and not get paid doing and still love doing it. All right. The other thing is pray. Talk to God. You have to consistently put yourself in a position where you're vulnerable and you're telling God what your desires and your needs are. Make those things clear, but even if He shows you something other than what you expected, be willing and open. Make a commitment to doing things His way and following a purpose, because you will not be fulfilled on this earth. Money and things can fulfill you temporarily, but I promise you, the best fulfillment comes from walking in your purpose. And then keep a representation of what God or what you have prayed for in front of you, whether it be a screenshot on your phone, like a screensaver, on your phone, or a vision board, or just every morning you wake up and look at something in particular to remind you of what you have prayed for. Do that, because those constant reminder will help you to see things clearly when an opportunity comes that presents itself. So it's just like when you buy or you have a desire to get a new car. It's like you never saw the car on the road before you actually wanted the car or bought the car, but now that you have purchased the car and actually made a desire that you wanted the car, now you see representations of it everywhere. This is what I mean about keep it in the front of your mind, because when you do that, you'll start to see when God speaks to you about certain things. Stop looking at what others have. That is the worst thing you can do when trying to walk in your purpose, is focusing on other people. Stay in your lane and get off social media, because social media is a trap. It is a trap of insecurity. It is like a trap of self-doubt. It is a trap in some cases. If you do not know how to use it properly, it can trap you into feeling overwhelmed. The other thing is to listen and look for the signs. As I mentioned before, if you have that picture in the forefront of your mind, pay attention and listen. God can come in the form of your own self-conscious, is what we call it. It could be Him talking to us. It could become in the form of someone else speaking to you about something that you didn't share with them, but they may be like, for some reason I thought about you and I had a dream about you and it was this and a third. And you can really be like, that's it, God. It could be your moment that you understand exactly what you're supposed to do. So make sure you're listening and looking for the signs. And then write. I talked about my journal and how I write in my journal. Like literally, this is where I keep my notes. Like even for this Monday Minutes, my notes are all in here. When I have moments where I think about things, even for my Monday Minutes or my business, I immediately have this in my purse or my book bag that I keep with me at all times. And I write it down. When you keep a journal and you write and reflect on the things that you've been thinking about or that's been on your heart and in your mind, or people have shared with you about, or people have had God talk to them about for you, because maybe you just can't hear Him, you need to write it down, because those are the moments that God is trying to reveal things to you. So those are my Monday Minutes and those are my tips. So make sure you're exploring your options. Make sure you're praying and talking to God. Make sure you are keeping a representation of what it is you pray for. Stop looking at others. Get off social media, okay? And then listen and look for God and write in your journals. So again, thank you for coming and watching another Monday Minutes with Mudiwa Noel. Don't forget to get the material, girl. If you haven't already got it, this is where a lot of the things that I'm talking about to you in my video, it's all in my book, my story and my journey. It will help you. I've gotten so much good feedback on my book and how people like it has helped me, and it's a good book. I'm trying to tell you, I give you some juice and I give you some tea. It is a good book. So please go to my website, mudiwanoel.com, and you can actually go to the product section and buy the book. You also can actually find it ebook on Amazon. So if you go to amazon.com and you type in Mudiwa Noel, you can find the book as well in the ebook version. So please stay connected, stay focused, and stay in your lane. Until next time, have a great week.